Oh, we're gonna try some. I don't know. Pretty sure I tried this on another stream, but uh, my camera doesn't seem to be working this time, so might have to switch it up. I'll explain. But hello, hello. Oh my god. I tried adjusting my monitor and it just turned 180 degrees. There we go. Hello to Lunch Break, the show where I spend my free time talking to people. It's not my lunch break. I don't work weekends, but this isn't really a Happy Lab accent either, so it is what it is. Let me switch over, I guess. Okay, I don't know if this is working. It looks like it's going kind of nuts. Did you know that Zoom has its own built-in VTuber system? Because it does, and it doesn't work very well, or it should be. I have the camera. I'm looking directly into the camera right now, and it's losing track of me pretty easy. I don't know what's going on there. If I just stop and stare at you for a little while, that's what's going on. I could also switch to a kind creature. If we want to do that, if it's less freaky. Cat, raccoon, just chilling. Anyway, let's be me for a while. If it gets too weird, I will. Oh god! Every time it loses track, it also just looks straight at me from my monitor. So there is that. I think yeah, we're gonna switch to something. You just looked at me. We're gonna switch to something a little more fun. Uh, okay, here are the options. Uh, cat, cow. All of them have either hoodie or a shirt. Fox, rabbit, or is that rabbit? Bunny, yeah. Polar bear, panda bear, grizzly bear, raccoon, wolf, and another cow. We'll do raccoon and see if it tracks a little better. It's not going to. It's the same technology. Anyway, there was a Humble Bundle that might still be going for several many Clip Studio Paint assets. Let me try moving the camera. How's this? Is that any better? Sort of. Humble bundle for several Clip Studio Paint assets. I don't want to pull up the link, but I'm sure a moderator or something can. By which I mean Onion, probably. And it has about 600 new pens in it for Clip Studio Paint. A lot of them are like effect pens, so you can do quick, like, I guess that's supposed to be a crowd, quick crowd shapes and stuff. Forests, such. So that will knock down our time. But I think, thank you, Onion. I think what I want to do is, I already have like however many menus, I'm gonna probably ignore them for this and sort them later. Um, I'm going to make a few different buckets, and we're gonna put the pens into the buckets. So there's gonna be like effects, um, chalky stuff, spraying stuff. I think that's gonna be where we start. So let me like try. What if we made a grid, right? Like, okay, it should be smaller. Grid. Um, Let me see. We want, so there's like smooth, gritty, how far apart is this gonna be? Gritty, uh, chalky. Those will be our tiers. And spray, I guess. And then smooth, or oops, this should be inky. Inky. Right? Okay. Inky. Gritty means pencil. Pencil-y. Pencil. Chalky is more chalky than pencil, but we might subsume them. How do I? And then paint, watercolor, pencil. I don't know if this makes sense. We'll figure it out. Evil paintbrush blend. What does that mean? I'm gonna use a bit of a color so that we can try blending colors a little bit. Why is the raccoon working only when I look towards it? It's. Does that mean it would work better here? Is that working? No, it immediately went away. What's wrong? Okay, well, you get that, I guess. Um, and we're gonna do. Oh my god. How? Okay, well, this one's gonna be. Uh, sprays. What is this? How does this work? Does it mix? The mixing options? No. It's painty. I think that's also spray. This is starting off. This is gonna be do watercolor edge. How does that affect it? Nada. Okay. You also go in sprays. Square blend. Ooh, okay, so this one's a paintbrush, which means you can lower the amount of paint and have it blend other things. Yeah, this one's nice. Okay, that's a new category though. That's painty. Um, but it's also blendy. What I've realized is this grid here sucks and can be eliminated. What I was thinking I would do was like write the name of each pen in the pen, but that seems impractical. Noisy scatter brush. Is it noisy? What do you mean by this? Oh, that's nice. I like that. You could probably make that pretty painty if you wanted. Um, even though that's a spray brush, I'm gonna call that gritty. Gritty. Blendy. Just ignore my other groups up there. They're not ready yet. Okay. New. Square. This one's just square. It doesn't blend or anything. It's got a nice little crisp to it though, which is nice. We'll call that inky? Painty? Inky. Wet oil. Oh, fuck. This one's doing a lot of processing and is extremely laggy. But look how nice that is. Ooh. 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 That's a paint. That's what we're talking about when we mean paint. Should I put that under blendy though? Let's put that under blendy. Glaze. Smaller size would make less laggy, yes, but it doesn't matter. Let's zoom into 60% instead of 50, 20, 30. This one, I'm not a huge fan of. Not sure how to use it. Maybe if you like... I just don't like how regular the shapes are. But it's called glaze. I guess that's... Well, let's try it a smaller size. See how it does. It does have some nice pressure qualities to it. That's another thing I've not been testing. You could do like hard, medium, soft. Hard, medium, medium, hard, medium. I remember a video of someone using like a Slurpee cup as a brush, or an image of it. Yeah, you can put whatever you want into Clip Studio. It's pretty nice. I'm gonna call this is a gritty. I think this is kind of a marker. I'm gonna make it a marker. Okay. So hard with soft edge airbrush. This one you can also color mix, which is nice. But it is gonna be an airbrush, ultimately. A really nice airbrush for when you want to do very gentle, blendy things, but Ooh, look at that like little aurora that's forming here. Clip Studio has like a logarithmic scaling system that's both great and annoying. Get fancy with it. That's a spray. Watercolor texture. Whoa! I have to turn off this fucking. We're getting rid of the avatar. There's too much. This is really nice. Look at this. Just a texturizer, I guess. It just brings out what you already have. So like if I do a really big and then go over it with this. That's nice. That's real nice. That feels good. What do I call that? I don't know where to put that. It's so unique. I guess a blender. This is a wash. Ooh, wonderful. Fantastic. This is just sort of a texture thing also. Really make some nice clouds with this. Like this. Kind of go in smaller and smaller shapes. You could get somewhere with that. um, I think we're gonna have to split blendy into like watercolor and inky or painty, like oil painty. Yeah, that's another blendy. Watercolor edges and highlights. Ooh. Maybe I should have just kept these together. This is like gouache almost. It's not blendy. I guess it's inky. Inky. Texture edges. What does that mean? How's this different? It's not different. Okay. Add specs. Yes, I'm listening. If you lower the brush density, no. I don't know what you would do with this. Okay. Well, that's a blendy, I guess. Dry detailer. Okay. We're back to other things. Pretty straightforward. That's gritty. Now the system breaks down here. It's gritty, but it's markery. I would call it a marker. Blend brush. Oh ho ho ho! Why are the default sizes 500? Really good for hair or something. Like, what if you make some dark back of head, right? This is the back of someone's head. And then you can, like, give them some highlights. That's nice. Grarker? Yeah. Greedy marker, Grarker. Their ear and cheek. What is this though? This is a blender? It's a greedy blender. Blendy. Blendy is kind of overtaking. We're gonna have to separate Blendy into gritty and non-gritty. This one feels good, I gotta say. Ooh. Isn't that nice? Give me some ASMR for a little bit. Saturation going up. I like that. I like that a lot. Blendy. Light expressive. Okay, that's a pencil. That's like a straight up pencil. Well, I guess it's more of a marker. I think if I alter the curve on this, yeah, that's nice. Anyway, this is Pikachu. Ooh, I didn't notice the brush shape on that. That's cool. Like a little oval with a bite taken out of it. What would I call this? It's kind of, okay, we'll call it a pencil. This is a uh, real 2H. Okay, these are just all gonna be pencils. This is not a 2H. This is a B, if I ever saw. I guess we make it gray, it's probably better. I'll just go ahead and put those all in pencils. I don't love them. I guess if you mess with the spraying, it's probably better. I don't really feel pencil-y, but that's sharp details. Ooh, that is intense. Oh, I don't know what to. Yeah, the comparison between the two just seems like 2H is like this. Let's put them both at the same size. 2H. 6B. So it's just a like density difference. It does seem different at larger size. But if you go too big, it's a little too big. It's spraying too much, which I'm not a fan of. But it's definitely different. Back to this one. I love it. Big fan. I think that this is like an inky gritty. Not very inky. That's gritty. Waxy. It's pretty waxy. It's not fun to use though. It's the size problem on this. Seems like this is made for being used at like 10, 15 pixels-ish. Pencil one's definitely supposed to be used for small sizes. Yeah, it seems like. I make really big canvases, but if I zoom in and I can't get as much detail as I want, it drives me nuts. I can probably half all of my canvases. This one's gritty. Shader. Interesting. Woo! Very nice. So it like fills. It doesn't fill in. It leaves texture spots open on a regular pattern, but you can. What happens if you go over black? Oh, much brighter. But it also fills easier. Okay, so you see that? If you make like a shape, let's do white and black, and then go across. That's a cool effect. That's a very cool effect. I don't know what to do with that. Again, it's in between everything. Hard to call it a marker. I might be I'm never gonna be able to find all these later. Probably should keep the ones with the same names together. Oh well. This was just nice. That was just a pretty straightforward marker. Sketch tilt. Does it tilt? Ooh, it does tilt. So that's oblique, and then vertical. Pencil. Damn it. Soft shader. What does this mean? Okay, lower one. That's just paint. Blendy or inky? Blendy. Square, dark pencil. Pretty straightforward. Square, expressive pencil. Whoa. We have to pick up the speed, I'm realizing. This is not gonna last us 600 pencils. That one's inky. Inky. Brush pencil. Gritty. Quick sketch brush. I hate that, but okay. What is this? Gritty. Dry rub smear. It's smearing all right. It's kind of a pencil. Or gritty. They're the same thing. It's fine. Shading. Dry rub smear. I sure hope it does. It's hard to tell if something is a spray because when you shrink it down, the sizes, the density goes down. I'll call it a pencil or a gritty. Chalk, that's it. Anything that's chalk is going to be gritty. I think pencils ultimately will also be gritty. Shader blend. So yeah, that's a blender. Does the it does. Can put it under blendy for now. Pastel with tilt. You know what that means. It's not doing a ton, but ooh, and it blends a little. That's cool. It's got a little bit of smudge. Like I did that. You can see it smears into the next couple. That's cool. Gritty. Chalk details, gritty. Chalk flat. Now it's called chalk, but I'm not sure that it's, no, it's gritty. Chalk furry. I mean, yeah. Speaking of gritty, new category is furry. I think that's like a watercolor, I guess. That's supposed to be into gritty. Um, furry. What would you call furry? If you shrink it, it's gritty. I call it inky. But if I'm looking for inky, it's not gonna be like that. We'll leave it. Chalky. Also pretty furry. Charcoal tilt. Okay, so we've got a few furries. See, this is also furry, I would say. So we have enough to justify a furry category. Furry. Chalky. Charcoal. Mess marker. What does this mean? Ooh. It feels nice. Why is it called a mess? It's just ink. It's just very inky. I guess, ooh, you can do like this with it, which is nice. Get some really natural organic shapes out of that. Despite it being called marker, I'm putting it in inky. Outliner. Pretty straightforward. However, I hate it. It's completely anti-aliased. This is better. That's just a straight up pen. That's as inky as it gets, I think. Scratchy, rough edges. Gritty. Ooh, gritty. That's nice. Well, I'm taking that out of gritty and putting it in inky. Spatter. Why is this one called spatter? Oh, I see. That's cool. That's fun. This one goes in a new one called Effect. Yerky? Markers are full of ink when you think about it. Kind of yerky. Like Animorphs? I'm sorry, but it's not something I've ever read. Inky. Square pen, inky. Wobbly brush. Whoa. Look at this. That's nice. That's nice. Umbrella isn't lying, it'd be wobbly. My system's failing me again because it's inky, but it's also an effect. I'll put it under inky because I feel like when I'm looking for that, I'll be like, oh, inky. Um, this is called ink brush. Does that matter to me? Whoops. Inky. Dry inker. You, Now I want to call it inky, but it's also gritty. Dry ink is barely ink when you think about it. That's true. That one feels like a pencil to actually use. Felt pen bleed. Why is it called bleed? Does it bleed? Boy, does it. Hold on. Watch. Ooh, feels so good. This one feels like you're using a fountain pen and it's spilling. It's like catching every time. When we say inky, we basically mean wet. Yeah, I'm picturing like India ink or a fountain pen. Ink, something that flows and is like opaque. If it's not opaque, then it's a marker. I think that's what we're going with. This one's inky. Crowd. Okay. Woo! Big crowd. This one's an effect. They're all cheering for me. Hold on. So like that. That's fun. That's an effect, though. That's definitely an effect. Crowd 2. Just a bunch of men staring at you. Call in the goon squad. If you keep doing this, is it convincingly? Like if we do color mixing, does that help? It does. Okay. Then we do that. As long as you keep going downward, it's pretty good. Like, very slowly increase foreshortening, kind of. That's nice. It's not bad. How does this one... This is like a comic book crap? Oh, I see. That one starts making sense. Yeah, okay, at a very small size, you're like, oh, that's people. But at actual size, it's like, what is that? I like this one. That one registers as people. That's a really cool effect. How did they like isolate people into? It's so cool. Like I've just made a throng of people. With some twins, a lot of twins, but okay. Forest. Indeed. probably put some cool um, color effects on that to make it actually feel foresty. Like if you did that, and then does it help? Does it feel good? I like it. I think that's cool. Then give it some grass. And give it bush. Upside down. This could also be hair. Effect. Leafy blend. Sure is. Ooh. Oh, I see what they mean by blend. So you can make like a leaf litter. That's nice. That's really nice. Leafy fill. Ah! Sorry. So hold on. If we do a forest maker. That's what my sword is called. Do this. Really big. Bigger. Now we're in the forest, okay? Are you listening to me? And then we do a leafy fill. Just a gentle. And you shrink it more and more. It's less convincing at smaller sizes is the problem. But it's nice at a big size. If you do dark on top of white, it also works pretty well. That's cool. Again, very cool. Palm tree clusters. Well, it is what it says on the tin, I guess. That one doesn't change color though. It's just shapes. Whoa. Wait, so I can draw my palm tree exactly how I want it. Like cool. Again. Real trees. Oh, again, what it is on the tin. Shrubbery. This blends also. Branches directional. Oh, that's cool. Hot dog. Okay, it is directional, so if I do that, you do a circle of them, sort of. It's out. Okay. If I do this way, we can get a wreath. This way we can get. This way we can get. Yeah, probably do a tree if I keep doing this. You get 2 trees, I guess. Evergreen details. Yeah. hide. Ooh. This one doesn't even really have to zoom in for. Highlights. So if I do that, I do that on top of this. Just put it on any foliage, I guess. Cool. Distress scratches. Okay, that's just it is what it is. Kind of hard to control these. Real blood. This one's called Real Blood. Real Blood 2. I do like that. Splatter. That's nice. Splatter 3. That one's nice also. Splatter Bleed. Cool. Splatter Edges. What's that? I guess you can a wall or something. Splatter Fat. Having a good time. Splatter Real. I don't know why that one's more real than the others. Splatter Scratch. Cool. Dippling Natural. This one is not an effect. I'm gonna call that one a spray. Water spots, it says. Interesting. Natural pressure. Blood trail, of course. Any good pack needs a blood trail. More of these. That one I'm putting under. It's not blendy. I guess it's an effect. Clouds. Fat is a Hobbit name. I'll take it. Really, I should be organizing these based on how many of them are Hobbit. It's Crowd of People. Crowd of People 4. Crowd of People 5. Crowd of People 1. Crowd of People 2. Spray. If it's called spray, it goes in spray. Easy rule of thumb. Back to trees. More grass. Back to inkies. Ooh. Uh, Inky. Now this says inky. Yeah, it's inky. Inking 11. Inky. Okay, now that is inky, but it's not exactly what I'm hoping for. So that's an effect. What is this? Inking. This one's also called inking, but it's not. It's either it's like a pencil. I would use it as a pencil, but it does feel inky. Like it's not gritty. Like it doesn't. It shrinks. It doesn't lose density. Just the difference between a pencil and a ink, I guess. I think this one's either a marker or furry. It's a marker. Yeah, it's a marker. This one might be. That one's furry. That one's furry though. Ew. That's a really specific use case. I don't know what to do with that. Kind of like ink. Try writing with it? That does look cool. That does look cool as hell. Can also turn the gap down. It does say inking. I wonder if inking kind of means lettering in this case. What? But what is it? It looks really cool. Thank you for suggesting that. Inking is for kanji. It really is. Putting this in marker. Markers might be good for writing with. What about this one? It's textured, but still inky. It's kind of a pencil. In smaller sizes, it feels furry. Marker. This one, however, that's a gritty. Inking. Ooh, I think I'm gonna like this one. Yes, sirree. Inky. This is maximum inky. Holy shit. Inky. Oil. Oil. That's not, I mean, it's pastel. That's gritty. This one's furry. Painterly. That's gritty. Painterly. That's an effect. Painterly. I don't know. Effect. Sponge. Spray. Sponge. Spray. Watercolor. That sure is. Oh, and it uses the second color too. I see. Intéressant. This is like a cool opal, opal shape, like color to give it. Ooh. Pink effect. Watercolor 2. Furry. Watercolor 3. I don't know, man. Really, I should have a watercolor section, apparently. Um, Furry. Acrylic. That's a gritty. Acrylic. That's a gritty. Watercolor brushes are always so weird. Yeah, they're like a new thing that isn't quite any. What do I call this? Gritty. Gritty. Oil. What I should have been doing is taking these by pairs, or like by sets, and putting all of them in one set at a time. So like charcoal and charcoal, those are both gritty, so I put them both in gritty. Noisy. No, that's pastel. Okay. Pastel 1, 2, 3. Yeah, those are all pastels. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the charcoals in there. Light sketching. That's a pencil. Just put the pencils in there. Light sketching again. Pencil. Basically, pencil is gritty that I actually want to use. Splatters again. I'm just gonna go ahead and take these. Put the pencils in the bag. Put the pencils in the bag. If you see me using splatters from here on, you know what happened. Okay, now we're on to bokeh. This one, I'm actually going to turn the paper to a darker color. Do a bit of, woohoo! That's bokeh. Interesting. Different kind of bokeh. Still in effect though. Stars. Fun. I'd love to see it. Pentagrams. Good. Hearts. Easy. Hearts. Heart. And then this one's just plain bokeh. Some more effects. Whoa! Let's switch back, why don't we? Damn. We've solved comics forever, I think. Oh, and they're smaller if I go lighter? Holy shit. Dude. Watch this shit. I got a city block. Easy. Like, let's try. No, big. You wish you were me. You wish you were me. What is this one? It's really big. Oh! This is... This. That looks like Brooklyn. Does this also change with size? Yes, it does. So if you do the little bits, like, oh look, it's so out in the distance, and then you keep pressing harder, and look at that, I got you a city, and even more of a city. Isn't that crazy? It's nuts. Oh, is that going behind? No. It was for a second though, wasn't it? Hmm. And now, yeah, now it's a little fucked up. Sorry, I made us a city and then we lost it very quickly. That's my fault. This one's just a skyline. Oop. That. Do I know what skyline this is? No, it's just combinations of stuff. Yeah, we were made up. Cool as hell, though. I'm never gonna have to draw a building in my life. Whoa. So there's a crowd of people running, I guess? Okay. That's cool. It's got everything. More standing. This time they're naked nude models. Oh, now they're anime babies. They're ladies. Anime babes. That's what I meant to say. No one heard that. I've got a lot of different body types here. Well, a few. They've got like 3 or 4. Now they're running away from us. Cool. And now they're being animated running this way. What is this? What is this? Dry brush. What is this? We're still so much left. Okay, I'm skipping the dry brushes. We're going through the effects just because I want to see them. Foliage. Can I do this one like... Give it a green and then a really dark green? And other way around. That's kind of cool. Especially probably useful if you're doing black and white. Can imagine this in red coming out of someone. Oh, like. Oops. I keep getting backwards. It's very Annihilation if you do it right. Like fungusy. Like that. That was the wrong one. Put that back. Put that back. I'm looking for. Let's go from the bottom, why don't we? I think these are. No, I hate this. Watercolor. Oh, watercolors are impossible. Space. Hell yeah. Effect. I can make a like laser beam. Iron effect. Effect. I know all of these are effects, I just want to look at them. They're so cool looking. Effect. Effect. That one's actually based on colors, is it? No. Effect. Effect. I'll stop saying effect, we all know it's effect. This, okay, this one. Yep, fill this up. Changes out. And I bet you we can do some color jitter. Hmm. And it's not jittering. Oh, because I didn't. There we go. Whoa. That's too much. It's cool though. It's cool as hell. That's cool. You can do such cool things. Raindrops. It sure is. Uh, Those are pretty straightforward comic things. Snow cluster. Oh yeah. See what you mean. More rain. Sure is. Right, that kind of rain is not hard to draw though. Snowflakes. Kind of neat. Alright, rocks and rubble. It's backwards. Okay, so this is a demolished building. Rubble. This one is also. This one is. That one's just floating. That one's just stuff out. You know. Here are my rocks. Enjoy my rocks. Okay, by rocks, rubble, they just mean rubble. Oh, now we have rocks. Now here are the rocks. We found the rocks. What is this? This brush rocks. It is rocks. I don't know if it rocks though. This is called pencil. I have to argue with that. I would not call it a pencil. I'm gonna call it a spray. Well, it's not really a spray either. The fuck is... I'll call it furry because it's kind of weird. Pencil. Not a pencil. Also not a pencil. Like, really small sizes. That's a pencil. And that's a pencil. That's a marker. That's pretty much all you can ask for. That's a marker. Well, that's inky. Is that inky or markery? That's inky. But this, shaped like a snowflake. Can you see my cursor? Yeah, you can. It's a snowflake. And it's furry. Marker. God damn it. Marker. 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 Pencil. I'll just take your word for it this time. It's a spray. That's a spray. Don't lie to me. I don't know what this is. Gritty. Like a smaller size, it can be a pencil, but it doesn't feel like a pencil. It's like clearly like a sponge. Furry. Marker. I don't fucking know. We're going back to landscapes. Look at that. Landscape. Oh, this one's got mountains. This one's the desert. That's cool. That fucks. That's really cool. You can just, like, change it just by drawing over it. Somehow it all comes together. That's really, I'm impressed with that one. And then you can put some stuff in your mountains. And then some mountains. Like sand dunes. Some rocks sticking out of some trees. Is that one of the like Chinese landscapes? This one. BDZ landscapes. This one's just a pleasant valley with symmetrical trees. I don't know how you avoid that. That hurts. That hurts my eyes. Get rid of that real quick. But it is an effect. Here's more glitter. More glitter. Wow! There's more glitter! Glitter for everyone! And then this is like dense glitter. It seems like the difference between these three is just density. I might have to rename stuff so I remember all this. That's not glitter, that's the sun. That's the surface of the sun. Voila. And we'll put some foliage out there. If I ever do this again, it's gonna be separating like foliage into like the effects panel into more foliage. Sorry, splitting the effects panel into like sparkles, foliage, cities, people. Because they have other effect, like Clip Studio comes with a lot of these on its own. We're almost done with the list. That's cool. Dry brush. Foliage. Foliage. Wait, where's that? Oh, that's pleasant. Oh, I got it backwards again. That's lovely. These are the kinds of brushes that like make me want to do an illustration or a comic just to make use of them. More foliage. And I don't want to sort the rest of these. This one changes colors. I'll call it blendy. That one's furry. The head of this one's shaped like Yoshi. You see that? Can I draw Yoshi with it? This one's inky also. There's Yoshi. That's Yoshi. There's your best friend Yoshi. This is a really fun brush. This feels really good. There's a little bit of blending to it, which is nice. It's your best friend. Yoshi. Chat, I don't see going nuts for your best friend Yoshi. Making him feel unappreciated. I'm going nuts for my best friend Yoshi. There you go. I'm saving this Yoshi and like nothing else from this stream. This is such a nice brush. Oof. Oofa-doofa. Inky! Blendy. 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 This one's not blendy. But I don't know what to call it. Gritty? Gritty? Ooh! Tell me about yourself, hmm? Do you come here often? This is a cool brush. It's furry. Pretty. Gritty. 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 We did it. all of them. That's all of the new ones. Ugh. Give it a stretch. Doing a big stretch. Print screening Yoshi. And I think we're gonna end there. I got what I wanted out of this. I'm gonna have to do more organizing that may or may not be on stream. Also, I don't know why sound alerts aren't working. Try it again. Give me a milkshake. I'll give myself a milkshake.
Listen. You are gonna have to build a milkshake drawer. You see? Your drawer reaches across you in history.
Damn, Daniel! Back at it again with the
longest milkshake straw in human history.
Alright. That worked for me.
I'm praying.
Alright. That's it. We're gonna call it there. I love you all very much. And your friend Yoshi loves you very much. And we'll see you hopefully next week. Maybe another time. Have a good one.